Hi everyone and welcome back to Europeans in Taiwan. This video series is funded by the European Union office here in Taiwan, and this is where me and Mumu are traveling around the entire European Union here in Taiwan. And today I hope that you will watch the entire video because this will be your best chance to learn more about the mysterious country of Luxembourg, since we are here to meet Tanya from Luxembourg.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tanya. I came to Taiwan 2.5 years ago with my husband and my 2 kids. So far, we are loving it. It's a really great place to live.
2.5 years ago, that's like in the middle of like almost peak COVID.
Actually, at the time we were in Tokyo. The situation in Tokyo was lockdown, schools closed, everything closed. We had the opportunity to come to Taiwan, and that's what we did.
I honestly don't know anything about Luxembourg, and to me it's kind of like, it's almost like Hogwarts, you know, like you just hear this like magical, mysterious place, and the only thing you know is that everyone has like tons of money. It's just super beautiful, but that's it. Like, why would you leave Luxembourg to begin with?
It's a small country, you don't have a beach, you don't have mountains. We were just in for the adventure, I guess.
I actually looked this up on the way here. So now we're down in Kaohsiung. You invited me here to your home.
Yeah.
And Kaohsiung city is actually bigger than your entire country.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Luxembourg is small, but it's also a country as a whole. So we have a capital and we have smaller cities and villages, just at a smaller scale.
I've heard that size does not matter. So yeah.
It does not. In some ways, it makes the way smaller, also in politics and in terms of adapting to whatever the world or other countries throw at you. You can adapt quite easily because everybody knows everyone and just more flexibility.
That just sounds like another reason not to leave Luxembourg.
It's still a small country.
Actually, I've been to Luxembourg twice because in Sweden it's very popular to take like bus tours to Spain, and then you're driving through the entire Europe in order to get to Spain. Twice in the same roundabout in Luxembourg, the bus driver has taken like the wrong turn. So the only thing I know is that like Luxembourg has at least one roundabout.
But there are many more.
it just sounds like it's so center of Europe that it's kind of like get like overlooked.
I mean, a lot of people say that they've been driving through on their way, I don't know, from Germany to France or from France to where not, or Belgium or whatever. At a tourism point of view, it might be overlooked at times, which I don't understand why, because we have so much to offer.
Living there as a Luxembourgian? What? Luxembourger? How is the daily life if you would compare to, like, for example, your life here in Taiwan?
It's just different. In Luxembourg, for example, you definitely need a car because we do have public transport and it works very well in the capital. But once you get out of the capital, if you're not on one of the main train lines, it's a bit more difficult to get around because buses only drive maybe every half an hour, every 20 minutes, every hour if you live in a small village. I don't feel that we need a car here. Take the public transport, we have bicycles that get us around Kaohsiung, everything that is within 30 minutes, and we have a car on the weekend to go on bigger trips.
Before you came here to Taiwan, like, how much did you know about Taiwan?
Not very much, I have to admit.
Pretty much the same as I knew about Luxembourg before we started this conversation.
I mean, people are friendly, very helpful, welcoming, and we spent most of the time down south going to Kenting, so the weather was good. Yeah, no, it was nice.
I approve of this, yes.
I had a good first impression, yeah. Kaohsiung definitely has a slower pace than Tokyo, which is not surprising, but just something that became obvious. And the scooters. I remember so many scooters that were driving everywhere. I mean, they drive on the sidewalks.
Yes. That's Kaohsiung though. In Taipei, we don't.
You can go to the beach. I mean, we take our bikes, we're at the beach within 30 minutes. We take the bike in the other direction. We can go hiking. No regrets to be here. Oh, did I mention the weather? We have a lot of sunshine.
Okay.
I hear it's not the same
in Kaohsiung or Luxembourg?
In Kaohsiung.
Okay.
Not in Luxembourg.
It's like the best way to learn about someone else's country is to know what do they like most about Taiwan, because that is usually the thing that their original country does not have. And in this case, we ticked up like the top 3.
Yep.
Stop me if I'm getting too personal now, but you also have a family and 2 kids. How is that raising kids like in Taiwan or in Kaohsiung?
You definitely have less of a support system, maybe. Other than that, it's really fine.
Any like international schools here in Kaohsiung or how is?
They go to a Chinese school. Well, yeah, Chinese-speaking school.
Oh wow! So they're fluent Chinese.
They are, yeah. They can just play with whoever they want to play without having the language barrier. So that's definitely quite nice, yeah.
Is there something that you wish you would have known about Taiwan before coming here, or any other way you could have prepared a little bit better?
The scooters? Did I mention scooters?
When it comes to like the opposite, like similarities, because for me, if I would just look at a map, then Luxembourg is just very like almost hidden in plain sight.
Right.
It's like right there in the middle. And to me, like the first impression I have is that it's just very like, as you said, like people are like driving through and it's very like internationalized. So I wouldn't even know what is like German, what is French, and what is like Luxembourgish in terms of like culture and everything.
Right.
Here in Taiwan, you really stand out as a foreigner.
Which is also my safety net at the playground, because everybody around me will always find my two blonde kids and myself and just be like from the other side of the playground. Come
Your
my
daughter is
father.
over here!
You know, it's kind of a safety net if you have two and they're running in different directions. Definitely different compared to Luxembourg, where you don't stand out because we have almost half of the population in Luxembourg are foreigners from all over the world. I mean, we have 175 nations in Luxembourg.
Oh, wow.
So basically from every country in the world, we have at least one person, so you don't stand out.
When I first heard that there was a language called Taiwanese, I thought that was just someone trying to trick me. Because I knew that they speak like Mandarin here in Taiwan. I just never heard of that there was a language that is called Taiwanese. Same as I have never heard that there's a language called Luxembourgish.
Oh yeah.
And like, can you just like give me an example on how that would sound? And also, what is the most important word or phrase for a Taiwanese to know in Luxembourgish if we would come and visit?
Moje Lukas, freut mich, dass du hier warst. Schon immens witzig, wir mit dir zu schwatzen und ja, als auszutauschen über Taiwan. Right.
Taiwan, yes. In my European ear, it sounded like German, if I would like pinpoint it.
It's like a very heavy German dialect with French influences.
And what would be like the most important, did you mention that? What now? I didn't understand.
No, I did not.
No, okay. What would be the most important word or phrase?
Hello would be moyen.
Moyen. It's completely different.
Thank you would be merci.
Merci. Okay, there's the French coming in there.
French. And then to say please, it's vanesklift.
Vanesklift.
Pretty good, yeah.
In Swedish, we have the word vänskapligt, which means like friendly, which is like very kind of similar, I guess. From a Luxembourgian's perspective, I'm never going to get this right. What is something that would stand out as like, this is Luxembourgish?
It's a mix of the influences that we have from neighboring countries, for sure. Like to eat, we like to take time, we like to have high quality food and really celebrate every dish that you have, which I feel is a lot like French people.
What's a typical like Luxembourg dish?
Knidlen.
Knidlen,
Yeah.
what's that?
It's, I don't know, like basically a bit like a dumpling actually, without the filling.
A dumpling without the filling?
Yeah.
The filling is like the best part.
Yeah, well, we put...
That's why you're here in Taiwan, to get some proper dumplings with filling.
We put the dumpling filling on top.
On top of... Oh, you put the filling on top of the dumpling?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's the lazy dumpling, you know.
Maybe it's not so bad. That sounds like something that I would make like in my kitchen myself.
Right.
That you don't have to like fold the dumpling. If someone from Taiwan would go and want to visit Luxembourg, what is something that they should know or think about, or something that could help them to just maximize the experience?
One thing about Luxembourg is, well, we speak 4 languages usually. Luxembourgish, German, French, English. And we have that tendency to just switch to the language that the other person will be most comfortable with. So even if our English is not great, but we see that you speak English, we'll try to accommodate that.
How is it in school? Like what languages are you being taught in school?
So in elementary school you start with German and French, and Luxembourgish is more the spoken language. And then from the age of 12 you start with English. In high school you have the choice of choosing Latin, and you can also choose Spanish or Italian if you want to.
Wait, okay, so you said like it's German and French.
Yes.
At both
at the same level.
Like let's say that you would have a math or like history class.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part. So we have 7 years of high school, right?
Okay.
So in the first 3 years, biology and geography, history will be in German. And then in the fourth year, it switches to French.
Really?
Yeah. So you really have no choice. You just have to go through with, there's no way to get around it. Yeah.
I can't tell if that's just amazing or just super annoying.
I think both.
That's amazing. Let's say they want to settle down, move there. Do they need to learn all these languages to like just work?
No. I mean, just English, it will be fine too. But if you choose to invest your time in learning a language, I would learn French. The language of the administration. So most of, or the law, for example, it's in French.
If you just go into like a 7-Eleven and you want the...
We don't have those.
You don't have 7-Eleven?
No.
Okay, now I understand why you left Luxembourg.
Right.
To come here to Taiwan. What do you mean you don't have 7-Eleven? You have like castles.
We do, yeah.
But you don't have 7-Elevens.
No.
So let's assume like another store. Like if you go into like the grocery store. This store is like French and this store is like German.
No. So it depends where it's coming from. So it's mainly in French. But if it's a German brand, it might be in German, I think.
This sounds like something like you just have to go and experience it firsthand.
Oh yeah,
I think it will just blow your mind. If you do come and visit Luxembourg, what is something that you should see?
So if you have just one day, go visit the capital. A river going through and the really old houses that are a few hundred years old. And then we have the upper part that's a bit newer and everything is connected by bridges.
How much would like Luxembourg people know about Taiwan? Or have you've been here now for 2.5 years. How much does average Taiwanese people know about Luxembourg?
They actually know where it is. So
Really?
if you mention it, they usually can pinpoint it somewhere in Europe.
No.
They can.
No. Okay, you mean like somewhere in Europe? They can just like they know it's not the US, basically.
Yeah, I think they would be able to pinpoint it somewhere more towards the middle than putting it.
I don't know. They mix up
The east
Sweden
or-
and Switzerland like all the time. I would not give them. I don't believe this.
But actually, interesting fact is that since the 1970s, there's a cargo flight route between Luxembourg and Taiwan.
Like what will be shipped from like Luxembourg to Taiwan?
From Taiwan to Luxembourg, it's ICT products and bikes. I mean, Taiwan is famous for its bikes.
So you have Taiwanese bikes in Luxembourg.
Yeah, and the European Union by then. So Luxembourg is just the hub or the entry to the European Union, and then it's dispatched from there.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter then if you're a Swedish tourist or if you're Taiwanese cargo. Everyone is like using Luxembourg as a hub to go somewhere else. But hopefully we will be able to change this after watching this video, and hopefully you all will be a little bit more interested and even know more about Luxembourg, same as I am learning every single day here as well.
Since 2019, Luxembourg and Taiwan have an agreement, work and holiday visa for 1 year. So if you're between 18 and 35, you can apply for it and then spend a year in Luxembourg.
After that year, you're gonna be fluent in 4 languages. And if you also want to experience Luxembourg firsthand, of course, you have every information you need down in the description below. And of course, you will also have the chance, if you do go and follow the European Union office social media, both Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, you of course this time have a chance to win this cup from the EU in Taiwan team with the slogan, a bubble tea day, but keep the plastic waste away. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lukas. Starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.